How many Diet Cokes do you have a day?
Mate, I have about 2 on average, 2, 3 maybe. Weekends, though, I cut loose. I reckon I have 4.
Mate, what about these numbers just keep going up?
Yeah.
They're like interest rates.
The weekend is sort of, like Saturday I'm trying to be good all week, which is my new thing. And Saturday night is when sort of my cheat meal is Saturday night.
I don't want to break it to you. Wednesday lunchtime's your cheat meal.
Well,
as of today.
that wasn't too bad.
That wasn't too bad.
I've had worse than that. Yeah. No, I did a big walk and everything. I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm back in the groove. Just that you know, I'm back. But no, my how does your would I compare to Amanda's intake?
No,
of
she'd
Diet Coke?
smash you every day.
Really?
Yeah, mate.
Wow, I thought I drank a lot.
I hear those crack open at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I don't mind a late night.
I see them in the walk-in wardrobe shelf.
Oh, hey!
Cracking a Coke.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you what my mother-in-law said about it. I opened a can in front of her and she went, "That's the worst thing you can drink." And
Is that her voice?
No, it's not. But I said, I don't know. If I drank petrol, that'd be worse, wouldn't it?
I think the response should have been, if I drank a full-strength Coke, I think it'd be worse.
Well, what do you want to get? The sugar or the chemicals? What's better?
That's a myth.
Yeah.
It's a myth. The chemicals that are there for the no sugar taste, they're cancer causing. If you drink 300 a day for 30 years,
300 a day. No, I'm well below
the
that.
amount you would need to drink is extraordinary.
I'm well below that.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm in the safe zone.
And if those same chemicals are in Sunkist,
yep.
Cheers
Zero
to that.
sugar. Yeah, they probably would be.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, they probably would be. Yeah, here we go.
What's the name of the chemical? We're going to get so many emails now. It just says preservative.
Sweetness. No,
yeah, it doesn't actually.
No, here it is. It's phenylalanine.
The old phenylalanine.
The pH. Yeah.
No, I don't have that. Oh, hang on.
Phenylalanine.
It contains phenylalanine. Let's go, baby!
Phenylalanine. Let's both have a sip at the same time. Wide shot.
White shot. What about how you called the wide shot?
Phenylalanine.
You called the wide shot.
Ow.
And it happened.
Did it? Yeah,
I didn't do it.
Did you know the voice control command on this thing?
Oh, you've upgraded, have you?
Okay, come on me now.
Yeah, well, okay, that's how it's made.
That's control, baby.
And now it'll come on me. Okay,
yeah, but not for long, because it likes me better.
Because it follows the microphones, you idiot.
Is that how it works?
Yes.
I knew that. Yeah,
I thought I was so worried there for a second.
You don't think I knew that?
Because we need better microphones still. Because
it's been better this week. Yeah,
but this is the first time it's been in auto.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, you've been manually doing it all that time.
Yes.
What? No wonder you get so much camera time.
Get over it.
What the hell?
So I've noticed when other people use the studio, it works absolutely beautifully.
Hang on a minute. When other people use the studio,
yes.
Do you mean someone else sits in this chair when I'm not here?
Yes.
How dare you?
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
How dare you?
Yeah. Anyway, it's because we talk so loudly. So if we talk like this,
I get that a lot.
It would work really, really well because
if we talk in these dulcet tones.
Yeah, but if I talk like this, it partly comes through your microphone as well, so it doesn't.
So it's still on me then. So it was still on me.
I know. I can't win. So sometimes when I want the attention,
do you get told
you'll
talk
notice
loud?
I do this.
Do you get told?
I know I talk loud.
I talk loud.
Well,
my wife always says, "Yes, you should talk loud." She says, "Oh, you're deaf. You talk loud." I said, well, "How do you get that?" And I said, "I've done the AirPods test, and my hearing is good to very good."
Yeah, you want to go to a real hearing?
Yeah, I know, but I don't have a hearing issue. I did the test. That's clinical grade test. I'm good.
I don't know where we were, but we were sitting somewhere, and I think it was with one of the kids, and there was someone else near us, and I said to one of the kids something or other, and they looked at me as if to say, "Why did you say that so loudly? That person definitely heard you."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, that was loud, wasn't it?" They go, "Yes."
Inside voice. So inside voice.
I don't have.
Is an
control.
inside voice when you say it to yourself, or when you're indoors?
That's a good point. I think an inside voice is when you're indoors.
I think it's inside voices to say it to yourself.
No,
you don't
inside
say it out
voice
loud.
is like, come on, we're inside. You don't have to yell.
Okay.
Because if you're outside, sometimes you've got to,
No, I thought it meant inside as in say it to yourself. Don't say it out loud. Anyway, if anyone knows the definitive answer to that, we'd love to know.
Get in touch with Stephen because I don't.
Because You've had enough messages, have you, mate?
Right? I don't need messages about
your inside voice. You might get flooded now with inside voice.
I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. Yeah. Your inside voice is for when you're inside. Your outside voice is when you're outside. Your inner voice is when you talk to yourself.
Okay, all right.
You know what I'm saying?
I can understand that. That's a good interpretation.
I think I've nailed that.
Yeah.
off
All
the
right,
bat.
let's set this record. Let's say that is correct then.
Oh, it's official.
Yep.
Well, it's on the record. It's in the transcript.
So no need to email Trevor your opinion.
No,
if you
definitely
want
not.
to email him, he loves getting emails from random people, don't you, mate? Do you
I
love
don't
people
mind, yeah.
slipping into your DMs on Instagram?
I won't
and that?
reply. Producer Rob will.
Do you get some messages on Insta?
Yeah, I get them now and then. I don't really. The Insta ones I don't pay much
lot of spam on there. I get
a lot of spam.
Yeah.
Well, I get more spams than email though. Not spam, but collaboration
Is that right?
inquiries,
Enlarge your
all this
penis and
kind
all
of
that sort of
rubbish.
stuff, or?
No, just like influencer stuff.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I get that too.
I want to write an article for your website. Pee off. I don't want you near my website. You disgusting, filthy human being.
So they want to get to know Trevor Long for the Today
No,
Show.
they don't. They don't even know who I
Yeah.
am. It's like when PR people pitch a guest for this show.
Yeah, I know. They've never seen
Like,
it before. Yeah.
If you work in PR
Yeah.
and you send me an email saying we'd love for you to see if you wanted to speak to such and such on Two Blokes Talking Tech, I know straight away
You've not watched
you've
it
never listened.
before. Yeah.
Ever.
We will have a guest on the show. It'll cost you, though. So, yeah, sure. If you want us to have your company representative on the show, then to quote
Just to be
Jerry
clear.
Maguire, show me the money.
Those business deals will definitely come through me because he'll agree to anything. Like he'll just
No, I
take
won't.
anyone's
I
money
don't-
about
they-
anything.
No, I won't.
However, want to protect the integrity of the show.
Absolutely.
So I'm only allowing
Yeah.
deals that are
Yeah.
of interest to our audience.
Yeah,
It's official.
that's it.
We're agreed.
Yeah, we're in agreement for sure.
All right.
I think.
We will take any inquiries.
Yeah. And I'll refer you to my people.
Yeah.
I would say talk to my people over here. His name's Trevor.
I've done a couple of recent deals that have
Yeah,
worked
you have
out all
done,
right
mate.
for us.
Done very well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doing very well.
Doing very well. Okay, Stephen, let's do this.
Welcome to Two Blokes Talking Tech
Not a bad price.
with Trevor Long from EFTM.com
Really handy device.
and Stephen Fennick from techguide.com.au.
Episode 745, as I move the can of Sunkiss so I can see the rundown. Episode 745 of Two Blokes Talking Tech, with a great thanks to Netgear and Arlo. We'll tell you more about them shortly. Netgear with all your networking needs, Arlo for all your home security needs. We would just ask that you consider them when you're in the purchasing moment. That's all. That's all. Simple stuff, Stephen.
When you're in the store, just hear the two blokes in the back of your head. Netgear, Arlo. Oh, here we go.
Arlo Secure, it does AI stuff and tells you who's at the door. You'll just remember things.
Absolutely, yeah.
You remember little things, and that's all we want. Great to have your company, folks. We've got a bit to get through today. There's a headline. I saw this on the news last night, and over the last few days I've seen these photos. The headline on the ABC website, Australia's publicly funded website, is the perfect introduction to what I want to talk about. Why is South Australia holding a Royal Commission into AI?
Yeah.
And why is it necessary? Well done, ABC.
Yep.
You get to retain your funding for another 3
Yep.
years on my watch.
Good
because
question.
that's the right question to be asking.
Well, in that article, if you refer to it, there is a picture of Peter Malinauskas, who's the South Australian Premier,
Yeah.
in a photo with Tim Cook, the outgoing Apple CEO.
Well done, mate. You met a bloke in his last 3 weeks
Last
of work.
year, he goes, yeah, mate. He goes, I've only got another couple of weeks. Come in.
I'll see
Come
whoever
in and
they want.
see, mate. Yeah.
He's not working
I
on a
reckon if
keynote.
we request an interview, we'd get one right now.
He's got no keynote to work on at the moment.
Yeah,
There's other
mate, I'm
teams
fine.
working on that.
Yeah, he's got his big brown
struck
brown
out
box.
of meetings. Yeah, he's got the
Yeah,
box.
he's got his box ready
The
to go, mate.
iconic you've left your job box.
Yes.
In movie world. Look, the thing is, I saw this. He shared on social media his photo with Tim Cook.
Mm-hmm.
Then I saw him share a photo of him with someone from OpenAI signing a memorandum of understanding.
Correct.
And I thought to myself, what is this bloke on a publicity tour? And you know what this reeks of for me? Presidential race. In America, you can tell when a senator or someone is angling for the next presidential race because they start doing things that are, a little bit more broad speaking. This bloke's the Premier of South Australia. With the greatest respect to South Australians, it's bloody South Australia, okay?
Yeah.
Take a chill, relax, okay?
Do you think he's got broader ambitions? So he's trying to say? Or?
He absolutely would back himself as Prime Minister.
Really? Okay.
So I would. Here's my guess. My bet. Next state election, he either rolls through it and then waits for the next federal election and leaves.
Yeah.
I don't think he would leave for the next federal election because it's only 2 years away.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, he absolutely wants to be the Prime Minister.
Two blokes talking politics, but it is also, isn't Chris Minns was someone who was floated as a they might parachute him into the leadership.
Let's go full politics. The Labor and Liberal parties are stuffed. They've both got rubbish candidates everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
The Labor Party doesn't have a next, and especially young, fresh, honourable looking people. They all just look like lifelong politicians.
Yeah.
Chris Minns,
They are. Yeah.
I would vote for.
Yeah.
Like I would, if
He's
Chris
done a
Minns
good
was
job
my
as a
local
Vice
member and he
Premier.
was running for Prime Minister,
Yep.
I'd vote for him.
Yep.
Right? Peter Malinowskis, absolutely not. I said very clearly when he announced, because he was the first person in Australia, I'll give him that credit, to float the idea of an under-16 social media ban.
Yes. So he's taking credit for coming up with that.
At the time, I was on Triple M radio and I called him a dickhead for that very reason.
You called him out, and so you called him that at the time.
At the time.
Nothing happened?
No, nothing happened.
Oh.
And I don't think he cares, obviously. Right. And I still think the bloke is a D word. He's deluded. Right?
So you think he's sort of overestimating his importance?
To stand up in front of the world and take a photo with Tim Cook and say, I created the social media, it's the most unsuccessful piece of legislation almost in the history of legislation.
So, but why is he? And the good question from the headline. So he goes and meets OpenAI. This is the co-founder Greg Brockman in that photo.
Signs a memorandum of understanding.
And then he calls for a Royal Commission.
So
what do they? Isn't a Royal Commission when you investigate after something's happened?
Yeah, a Royal Commission into child abuse or into the Catholic Church or into the Bondi
Aboriginal deaths in custody and that sort of stuff.
Like actual
big Royal Commission.
Now, I know state-based ones are slightly different. They're not as big, but
okay.
Come on.
Still royal.
They're going to spend millions of dollars on a Royal Commission.
Really?
Millions of
Why?
dollars.
What are they saying?
Because he wants to understand AI fully and understand how they can make it work for South Australia.
Right.
How
so
they can
shape it.
Make sure it works for people, not people working for it, and these kind of things. It's about jobs. Okay. I admire that thinking. But I don't think you need a Royal Commission for that. Don't you just need a policy?
Yes.
Isn't that what politicians do?
Absolutely.
Get the best people in the state. Get the best academics. Get the best AI people. Get people in a room. Yep. Not quite. Remember Kevin Rudd with the in 07 or 08, he had all those people at the old Parliament House to have a forum on what should happen over the next decade or whatever, and it was just a think tank.
Yep.
Like that kind of thing needs to happen, but a real one that actually does stuff. I admire the idea of saying, we want to get ahead of this because what we have today is legislation following technology, and that's not ideal. So
that's always been the case, though. Technology moves too fast for politics.
Yes,
technology is advancing in leaps and bounds, and politics traditionally is catching up. And AI, that's happening with AI already, right? So I remember a few weeks ago we mentioned about Albo had his little AI speech about what he expects for the guidelines and fair use of AI.
Yeah.
So he's sort of basically trying to accomplish the same thing, but is it with the cooperation of to me, it appears that he wants these people to be on side. So when they do decide the rules, he'll say, "Mate, I know you're my mate, but you're gonna have to do it this way in Australia or in South Australia."
Yeah, I was going to say,
is that what he's trying to do?
Here's the rules for AI in South Australia.
Yeah.
Tell you what, how about we don't do it in South Australia?
Yeah.
Like, how about we do it in other places?
Well,
so this is the kind of thing.
You reckon he's stepping outside his lane? Is that what you're trying to say?
He's way outside his lane.
This is a federal issue.
Correct.
He should have gone to the Prime Minister and said, mate, let's have all the premiers come and meet you. Let us contribute to the AI discussion and go from there.
Like what he should have done was say, I respect Anthony Albanese's decision on these points around AI, and we plan to adopt those things, but we want to go one step further and understand how we can actually supercharge it so that more jobs are created. Because let's think about it. As a premier of a state, your job is to support the economy of the state. So you want jobs.
Of course.
You want taxes.
Infrastructure.
You want all that kind of stuff, right? So how can they utilise what he should be doing is going, here's our roadmap. We want, 20 data centres. We want the best, connectivity capacity. We want Telstra and everyone to build the best connectivity into South Australia. Yeah. We want to have the best renewables that allows, because remember, they were a leader in battery technology because of the stuff up on the grid a few years ago, which was their stuff up on literal grid. So
before he came into power, though, as well before he's...
So South Australia actually has the kind of credentials to say we've got solid renewables, so we want to support
They make
AI.
a lot of batteries there. You know, my Sonnen batteries. Sonnen, a German company, set up a factory in South Australia to make them. Yeah. But let me ask you this then: is he trying to position himself as sort of the tech savvy politician here?
Yes.
Like, what does meeting Tim Cook achieve apart from a photo op?
A great photo.
Yeah, that's all.
A great
Well, what does
headline.
that get him?
National notoriety.
I'm tech savvy. I've got photo with Tim Cook.
National notoriety.
Yeah.
So when he does run for Prime Minister or for federal parliament, because that's the first step, he comes to it with credentials that are essentially federal. Like he's having federal conversations
Yeah,
here.
absolutely. Well, he's not.
For his whole career, he will take credit for the social media.
He would have
man.
been trying to represent Australia, not just South Australia there. Right?
That's right.
Trying to be, hey, I'm the Aussie dude who came up with the social media ban.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's 100%.
Is that the
their
only
plan.
reason he got in the room with Tim Cook to begin with, or what?
Yes.
He would. If he just said, "Look, I'm the South Australian Premier," they'll go, "Yeah, okay." So,
Yeah. I created the social media ban. I
so
just
he
want a
said,
photo
"Oh,
with
social media ban. That was my idea. Okay, let's have a chat."
Look, I mean, you got to remember, Apple would have wanted that because when iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max come out in September, the iOS 27 will release, and there are a bunch of family, parental focused things in that, right? So it helps Apple to see Peter Malinowskis and have that conversation continue, right? Because they can push that credential that is, family oriented devices.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand the concept of a royal commission into something.
Yeah, I know. But isn't it a slap in the face for OpenAI, who is happy to pose for a photo? Then he goes, "Oh, by the way, we're going to do an investigation into AI when I get home." So thanks. Been nice seeing you.
Well, but maybe that's the problem. Is a royal commission sounds like a bad thing, and maybe
Well, isn't it? What do you have a royal commission about a good thing? Do you have a royal commission about how lovely the gardens are looking this year, or for how beautiful the sky looks?
And that's my point. It's
What's
a
the point?
policy conversation.
Yeah.
It's a think tank. It would normally be, wouldn't it be? What do they call them? A white paper. They'd have a think tank that would come up with a white
And
paper
you
which
can
would form
contribute to it.
policy.
Yes.
Yes.
Haven't we seen that in the past with other things?
Of course.
Like, didn't they have the social media ban up for comment as well for a while? Or
Well,
not?
yeah, but that's different. That was kind of already.
They asked for feedback.
That was already on the rails. That was already happening.
Yeah.
When a political party says, "Here's our policy on something," it's normally just an idea, or it was born out of something bigger, which might be some sort of think tank with leaders of that kind of industry or whatever it might be. I don't understand how.
Yeah, where's he coming from?
So let me check myself here. If
We've already called him a dickhead, mate. So anything's possible here.
if Chris Minns announced a royal commission into AI, I think he'd be the laughingstock.
Yeah.
I think it'd be the same. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't understand how we're not questioning the use of the term Royal Commission and the powers of a Royal Commission.
Well, does he sort of want to give it more weight? By sort of a Royal Commission sounds a bit more official, or doesn't he have the credentials or the pull to say if they're doing this in South Australia just as a policy discussion, is that not a big enough stage for him for what he wants to achieve?
Yeah.
Is that so? He's sort of trying to shoot for the stars with.
I think it also maybe it locks it in. Maybe it means that when he's not in power, it's hard for others to ignore because if we ignore the findings of a Royal Commission,
there you go.
I don't know. It's just weird to me. Just weird.
Well, he's saying here that in this article, he says, the ABC article, he says, South Australia is launching a Royal Commission into artificial intelligence with the state premier saying society is at a fork in the road. So we're at a point where we've got to choose how this is going to work best for us.
And it is, but isn't it like, again, I don't need a Royal Commission to tell me that this unbelievably powerful computing technology exists and I should be using it. I should be looking into it. And I think if you've been listening to us for any number of weeks, let alone years, and you're not dabbling, you're mad.
Yeah.
And so, and again, we've talked about examples before, but you mentioned in a different show or a different time, I did a LinkedIn post about the listenership of the Kyle Sandilands show, right?
That was the private subject that it was this week.
There you go. Write that down.
The private.
So let me tell you how I used AI to do that, right? I was working and I had it on beside me on a web browser, and I noticed on the second day that the browser had like a little counter on it, like a number of viewers, which is a very, very weird thing for like I would never try and publish viewer numbers in real time. It's pretty big expose, right? And for him, I thought that was huge. So I started taking screenshots of the whole stream, the chat, and the viewer numbers. Yep. And I knew that screenshots on a Mac they say screenshot and then there's a date and time code, right?
Yeah.
So I took 36 screenshots across 4-hour period, and I went, oh man, I got to write all these down. I went, no, I don't. I just uploaded them to Claude, and I said, here's a bunch of screenshots. They're exactly the same thing. You'll notice in the top right-hand corner there's a white bubble with black text in it, which is the viewer count. I want you to use the time code of the file and the viewer count to create a graph.
Wow, boom.
Hey, boom, did. That would have. Now, I could have done that myself in Excel. I could have gone, okay, time code, viewer. Yeah. Probably 15, 20 minutes maybe of my own time, and then I would have to work out how to make it a graph and things, which I can do. But, dude, it just went boom.
Yeah, right.
And if you're not thinking about those kinds of things, what are we doing here? Do you know what I mean? Don't you think that?
Absolutely. No, use the tools at your disposal, and they're becoming so much better and so much that can help get things done. Those menial things, repetitive things can now be taken out of your hands. But also too, and obviously Peter Malinowskis thinks about this. He wants to make sure that it's applied in the right way. How many times have you heard if this gets in the wrong hands, what happens? If it's used the right way, then AI can be a massive benefit. There's still a lot of naysayers that are, this is Skynet and they're taking over, but that's the movies and that's kind of the clickbaity headline about it all. But AI, I think, not generally a very positive addition to our lives.
I was trying to find a press release that I got very, very recently, which I thought might be relevant, but I can't remember who it was from. What's the name of that group, the Australian Computer Society? Maybe it was them.
Is it ACS?
ACS, yes. So ACS released some data, just checking it's not embargoed. New data from the Australian Computer Society highlights the urgency to build local AI and tech capability. Now, I'm feeding into Peter Malinowskis here, but what I'm continually saying is I don't think you need a Royal Commission to act upon these things. Nope. Australia's tech workforce shrank 0.3% in 2025, the first ever recorded decline.
Wow.
Ever. This contraction comes despite the sector adding $142 billion to the economy in financial year 25, exposing a widening gap between the tech's economic output and the workforce needed to sustain it. So basically, and they go on to say, as a national AI framework is drafted, that's all we need, draft something.
Yeah.
The Australian Computer Society's Australia's Digital Pulse report warns Australia will need another 259,000 tech workers by 2035. To grow productivity and maintain competitiveness. Dude,
right.
Why do we need a Royal Commission that's going to take $3 million and a bunch of time when we've got people, experts in the field going, hey, here's what we need.
Talk to them.
We need to support training, education, because, and again, I'll go back to Kyle. Weirdly, this morning he said, they were talking about AI or something, and he said he goes, people who go to school to learn coding, that's the first job that's going to go. Yeah. Which is, to be honest, not so untrue. Yeah. AI can do a pretty good job at coding, and it's really directing it that you need to learn. But there's also the people that need to build AI, build the data centers, support all that stuff.
But there was also AI, they mentioned, I think it was Current Affairs Story, or it might have been 60 Minutes, one of the Channel 9 news shows, talking about how students, like 99% of students use AI to do their work and to even take their exams as well. They said, and this astonished me, they said they need to bring back in-person exams. So what? In-person exams, so they can't use AI. Like, hello?
Well, they still do in school. It must be universities that's happening.
I don't know, but this sort of led to, it was sort of different tangent to it about how were young people growing up aren't using their brains in the same way as us when we were the same age, because you think about it, a lot of the thinking and reasoning and communication we had to do manually in person and do it ourselves, whereas AI and technology is taking that place, so we don't have to use that part of our brain anymore.
This won't surprise you, my next line here, but I had an argument with a bloke on LinkedIn the other day.
Oh, my God. What a shock.
Which I probably
won't. On LinkedIn? Is that another platform you have to leave behind, mate? Just leave it smoking wreckage.
I've spread my wings to a professional platform.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure this guy is. I've had a long.
Is that your conversation? You're flicking
No,
through
I'm
there?
looking. They're just notifications because I wouldn't be able to. I don't remember the bloke's name. But anyway, I'm pretty sure this guy. I once was not. It wasn't a beat up. I wasn't unaware that it was happening, but I was put on a panel or something with the current affair where this guy was talking about phones in schools or something like that.
Yep.
So this guy is essentially super anti-technology at school.
Right.
I found the thread, and I'll name him because I'm happy to have the debate. Danny Alachi, the Heads Up Alliance. Now, I think there's a backstory to his involvement in this issue. But anyway, basically he's saying there's a pressure to move on from technology in the workforce. But I said, because they talk about age estimation. So it started with me saying, mate, the government knew age estimation was bad. So I said, if we were serious, we'd be banning devices, not software. And he goes, shall we do that then? Do I have your support? And I wrote, no, let parents be parents.
Yeah.
If parents are more engaged in their kids' digital lives and are restricted from platforms or apps, that's how you do it.
Absolutely, yeah.
And he said, what's the point to your comment? And then he sent me a change.org petition, which is about less screens, more learning, right? So this petition, which has 15,000 signatures, so it's well supported, I'll admit that. He's saying because this organisation is saying NAPLAN reports are down, yada, yada, yada. We should go back to the principles of this are primary schools should be device-free. Foundation literacy and handwriting must be restored.
Yeah.
Default mode for high school learning must be books, handwriting, paper and human relationships. And it goes on, and generative AI has no place in school learning. Let me tell you a little thing here. My little Harry, would struggle with hell if they didn't have computers because he's dyslexic, and that makes it very hard for him to do handwriting and a whole range of things. So you've got to have a balance where you go,
I agree,
also,
mate. Yeah.
the workforce today is digital.
Yeah.
Can you imagine going to a workforce today and going, I've got to get a pen and paper?
Yeah.
You'd be laughed out of the meeting.
Yeah, but no, I still think there's a place for it. I agree with there needs to be balance, but do you think that a student should not be able to learn how to write?
No, kids are
physically
taught how to write
something
They're taught how to write.
Also, but I know, I know that the slant is towards sort of digital learning, which is
it's
fine.
It's not though. It's not.
Yeah.
I've got 2 kids in high school. They're not allowed to use laptops in the HSC.
Right. Okay.
Even if your child is diagnosed with a learning difficulty, the best hope you've got is they get a scribe. Someone that they sit in another room and they go, I think the answer should be this and write this down. Like that's the best hope you get.
Really? Yeah.
Whereas in many cases, a child might be very good at typing. They might be very good at dictating. Like we should be embracing technology that can make life easier for kids so that they can concentrate on the fundamental learning.
Yeah, true, but not at the cost of them, developmentally lacking. Like the thing that I was talking about before is that the developmental, what's missing nowadays is what we used to do when we were young, whereas talking to people, writing things down, working these things out for ourselves, using our brains, and that because technology is doing all the heavy lifting now, we're not using that part of our brain anymore. Now, that's all I'm talking about. Sure, if you can use technology to help you learn and do things more efficiently, great. But I think we need to stay in touch with our intelligence and our own thinking. And I think kids need to be raised that way, thinking that the computer's not going to do everything for you.
Yeah.
You're still in control of that. So,
I think, you know what, it weirdly comes back to our same old motto, let parents be parents. Because if your kids are using AI too much and therefore not actually learning, like you say, and I accept that, you got to ask yourself your question, are you looking at how your kids are using it? Because I remember being asked to help with a maths question. I might have told this before, but I took a photo of it and got ChatGPT to answer it. And
thanks, Dad. I could have done that.
No, but I said to, whether it was Victoria or Harry, I said, but let me just be clear here. Neither of us are learning how that maths equation was done. But the good thing was, ChatGPT at the time did spell it out.
I said, show your work. Show the work.
So what you've got to do is if you get stuck, don't beat yourself up because you didn't get it. Get the answer, work through it then, and learn.
Learn it backwards.
Learn why it did it. Because
absolutely,
that's how Mate, that's how I learnt nearly everything I do.
Absolutely,
The amount of times that I'm trying to do something somewhere and I Google it I can't work it out for myself.
work
It'll
it
take me
backwards.
4 hours,
Yeah,
work
fair
it
enough.
backwards.
Fair
I don't know,
enough.
there's a balance. Anyway, how we got on that, I don't know, from Peter Malinowskis.
It's
But
all about balancing.
balance and let parents be parents.
Yeah.
The number one motto of the two blokes.
Well, look, I know if your kids had their choice, they'd be on their computers and devices 24/7. But if that's how you want to raise your child, that's your business. But you want to raise someone who I'd like to think my child can think for themselves, is intelligent, is compassionate and considerate, and those things don't take computers; they take parenting. That's part of the deal.
Comments from the Supercoach.
Yeah.
There he is, Grandpa Steve, with the knowledge and wealth of his many years here on Two Blokes Talking Tech.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
Two Blokes Talking Tech is brought to you by our great friends at Arlo. And did you know that Arlo has a section on their website called Bundle and Save? And
Love
funny
it.
enough, when you bundle, you save.
That's unbelievable.
So if you are starting out, you might think, you know what, it's about time I got with the times and I created a security system around my home, cameras. You can go to the Arlo website and put them all together. You might buy a 4-pack of cameras, or you might buy a solar panel, you might buy a doorbell, you might buy an indoor camera, a pan and tilt zoom. You can get the lot, and if you put them together, you can get up to 20% off, depending on how much you spend. I believe it's 500 gets you 10%, 1,000 gets you 15, 1,500 gets you 20. But if you are putting them together, that is a great place to start. And all of their devices, of course, you can look through and see live notifications on your device, on your phone, through the app. Or if you do subscribe to the security plans, which we highly recommend, you can save your footage for up to 30 days in the cloud, and also have all these AI features as well, including smart notifications that tell you if there's a person, an animal, a vehicle, package on your doorstep as well as many other safety features that we've spoken about before. So check them out. Go to arlo.com and see this for yourself. You can put them together and bundle and save.
Everything about tech you never wanted to know. This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
All right, Stephen, it's been 2.5 weeks.
Nearly
since the
3
Fold8.
weeks. 3
Nearly
weeks.
3 weeks, and it goes officially on sale. They've been delivering them for a week and a half, so it's not really that big a deal. But you can buy the Fold8 and the Fold8 Ultra now, and we've spent literally nearly 3 weeks using and running the Fold8, the passport size.
I actually reviewed mine earlier in the week, and I've gone on to the Fold8 Ultra now. So, but you've still got. I literally changed to this yesterday. I've already published my review.
You can read our reviews at techguide.com.au and EFTM.com. But look, I respect what it is, but it's still not right.
Right.
That's my simple summary.
Okay. My report suggests that this is going to open the floodgates for foldable users.
Agreed.
It's going to be the first and most popular consideration now for people who finally decide, I'm going to get a foldable phone. Yeah. They're going to pull the trigger on that. And, I've been a fan of the Folds way bigger than you've been.
Yes.
You've never been a real fan of the Fold.
Nope.
I've always been a fan of the Fold. And I found the Z Fold8 is, I think, the ideal size and shape for a foldable device.
Potentially.
Yeah. It takes a bit of getting used to having that smaller device in your pocket and in your hand.
No,
and
that's the best part.
How many people said to us, what's that you got?
We were together so much in the last 2 weeks that it became weird that people noticed us together with these things.
Yeah.
But there's no doubt it's attention grabbing, and for good reason. There's no doubt it is pocketable and very good in the hand, excellent in the hand. And to be clear, it's the width of a iPhone Pro Max. Like it's not actually a big wide phone. It just looks wide because it's not as tall.
I put a comparison of the S26 Ultra and the Z Fold8, and the Z Fold8 is 5 millimeters wider.
It's bugger all
than the S26 Ultra screen.
It's really not much at all in the hand.
Yeah.
But what you do is you chop the top off. And that's my biggest gripe is you've got to realise the keyboard takes up 50% of the screen when you're doing anything typing.
And on some apps too, like it's some of the apps haven't been optimized for this form factor yet. And I don't know whether you found this, like there are some apps where you need to access the button below and it won't let you, even when you put the keyboard away, it wouldn't let you go down the screen. Had to open up the device to sort of get the bigger version of it.
Yes.
I think apps will fall into line.
Yes. So I think that's my biggest concern is that it's not 100% efficient in all apps now. Now, Instagram's a great example. It works in all all three ways. Passport, wide on the inside, and portrait on the inside, right? It works in all three ways. But if you happen to go from one to the other, it can get confused.
Yeah.
Like I went from open to closed and look at the front screen, and I got this weird narrow, like it wasn't even taking up the whole screen. I had it so it was overlaying Instagram stories above my notifications. I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah, I had that too.
So just a lot of little bugs. Interestingly, get this. KO, when you were playing with it in Perth, which is 4 days ago, we couldn't get it in full screen mode, right?
What?
You remember we couldn't make it go properly?
No, not on the Fold 8 we couldn't.
I did it this morning.
On the Fold 8?
I went to take photos of the bloody thing not working, and it worked. Oh. But there had not been an app update.
So what was I doing wrong?
I don't know.
There was an update to the app.
It was July 28 was the last update.
Wow.
I checked.
Wow.
So that was a weird thing for me that we did have some bugs with.
So you're saying
don't go full screen?
Wide
in the open format, I could go full wide.
So 4x3 didn't work, but 3x4 it worked.
No, it was working both ways.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it was only working in 4x3 when we were there.
It was working 4x3 with you.
4x3 that way, not wide. Yeah.
I just think that there's a lot of little things. Like I feel like the keyboard's a great width at that size because I think all Pro and Ultra sized phones have a good keyboard. So I think it's good to type on.
Yep.
I just found there was a couple of times when I was in the comments or something and you'd be typing, you'd be 3 lines in and then you'd lose like the lines behind the keyboard. So I don't know. I just think there's a lot of work to do and it's a very small part of the market. So it's a lot for even Instagram, right? Yeah. For even Instagram to dedicate time to making this just slick is a big deal.
I think I've said this before. When Apple eventually, and Apple, to be clear, we know it's a worst kept secret that Apple's going to have a similar shaped phone down the track. And I think I said to you, when Apple release theirs, every app will be perfect on it. They'll get every app, every developer will have it ready to go.
Because for us to have a little gripe about a Samsung phone, it's life. But if you have a gripe about an Apple phone, it's a headline. Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? So Apple can't afford.
Samsung can't afford either. With the Fold 8, because like I said, a lot of people are going to consider this as their first foldable device. And I've always said you only get one chance to make a first impression. And if this doesn't play up, if it plays up, it doesn't give you that best experience, then that might turn other people off it. You're right. So
it was kind of interesting because one of the examples I was trying to give was, the inner screen and when you might use it and whatnot. And I thought about, Instagram Reels is something that we both look at a lot, right? Oh, I've got to turn the volume down. And so if you look at an Instagram Reel upright on a vertical size here, it's the same size as an Ultra. Yep. Same size as a Samsung S26 Ultra, it's 5 millimeters wider,
slightly bigger.
So it's not actually that remarkably better. But this is better to hold in your this is better to hold in your hand.
Yeah, more comfortable
because it's lighter.
Well, look at the Fold 8 Ultra, right? So we've got the square inside screen. So you can't. This is a bit harder to grip. You can, but that's easier to grip because it's narrower. So this only goes one shape. You look at it; it's the same shape no matter how you hold it, right? So,
mate, the comments will tell you otherwise. I get a lot of people telling me that that is the same width or more.
No, well, the widescreen video on that in 4x3 is wider than you get on this one, which is 4x4, whatever the 1-to-1.
So many comments that it's not.
Well,
and we don't have the top
what I like
working,
about the Fold 8 is that you get to choose how you want to view your content. It gives you choices.
Yep.
Oh, hang on, here's a video. I need to hold it this way. Or hang on, I'm reading a book or browsing a website. I can hold it this way. Or on the front, it kind of does everything. It can do your messages and all the everyday things. So I think that the fact that it gives you those choices to enjoy your content in its best form, best shape, best size, that's good, skinny, attractive. That's a content viewer's phone.
In defense, yes. I said it's the perfect phone for viewers and readers.
Yeah,
no question. If you're someone who just reads a lot of websites or books or whatever, if you're someone that views a lot of content, it is unbelievably good for that. And I've said that I feel like those intricacies of the front screen force me to open it more. and I didn't begrudge it.
Yeah.
So let me be clear, I didn't not want to open it.
Yeah.
It just wasn't what I wanted to do right then. And if I found myself for more than 5 minutes scrolling Instagram, I'm like, I may as well open this thing up and get a better screen.
Yeah,
so it is
that's
that
true.
perfect mix of I'm just here to quickly do something, or actually I'm going to embed myself in this now. So yeah, I'm going to open it up. So
Get comfortable.
let me be super clear. Way better than a traditional fold in my mind. So I would pick this every day over the Ultra. Does the camera meet standards of a premium smartphone? No.
Well, it's not an Ultra level.
But I did some zoom
camera.
tests, and the zoom's pretty good, even though it's digital, right?
Yeah, and you got to remember, there's two 50 megapixels cameras that are both wide and ultra wide. You got a 10 megapixel front camera, and you get the same benefits of the form factor too. Like you can take selfies with the main camera because you can activate the front screen to frame.
It's very hard to hold in that instance, though.
It is a bit. The dual recording is a great feature too, but I think Apple has that anyway.
There's not a lot of apps that'll allow you to do this.
Yeah,
have it half open,
know.
like the Flip would.
Well, the Ultra does that too, doesn't it? You can do YouTube like that, can't you, with the Ultra?
I haven't done that on this. Let me see.
No, you can't do YouTube on that.
It definitely doesn't do it on that.
No, it definitely doesn't. Yeah, no, that is, it's sort of become more customizable like the Flip. So the Flip has those functions that you can...
It's kind of by default.
By default, it's like that anyway.
But it also doesn't really have it doesn't have multiple stops. It flicks open.
Yeah, true.
It's like the Flip does.
Well, that's the other thing too. Like they made it easier to open as well. Did you notice that?
A million times.
Remember the Fold 7? You said it, and we sort of said, it's a bit tough to open. It's hard to get a grip on this.
This is so much easier to open.
It sort of pops open. The hinge is a bit more receptive to it. Yeah.
And mate, the
crease is good.
Is sensational.
Yeah, you can hardly see the crease, which is pretty good. Yeah. And what about battery life? How'd you go battery life?
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
it's an all-day battery every day.
Day and a bit I got. Yeah,
it's an all-day. Like no one's charging their phone halfway through a day.
All right,
you either want to get a full day or 2 full days out of a phone.
That's true. What else? One thing I commented, and this was other people said this when I gave it to them to hold. They said it's very slippery. It's a very slick phone.
Unlike you, I never dropped mine.
Yeah, I haven't dropped mine either, but but dropped it on carpet,
that's still a drop,
not outside.
Bro.
Okay, but it's not high drop.
A drop's a drop.
Yeah, but I think I reckon get a case for it, not just to protect it, but I reckon a stand. If you got a case with a little stand that pops out the back, so you can rest it in that 4x3 mode, that'd be awesome.
I didn't bag them for it, but the fact that it doesn't have Qi 2 is ridiculous because that'd be the perfect way to get a magnetic stand.
It has got wireless, isn't it?
Yes, but it doesn't have Qi 2. Magnetic
so it doesn't
is what we want.
Attach, right.
Like again, and you know what? This form factor needs it more than anything. We were talking about this in one of the cars we were in. It's like there won't be long, hopefully, before Qi 2 becomes a standard in new cars. It's going to take 6 to 10 years for it to be genuinely acceptable. But this is a phone that doesn't fit normal proportions. So is it too high, too low in the charging pad? If it was Qi 2, it'd just go, it's there.
And in a car, that makes sense, because it's held in place. It's not going to slide around.
It's held in place.
Yeah, although
this thing slides up and down.
They do have sort of grippy surfaces for phones now, but they don't.
It's never good enough. And also, still too wobbly on the
rocks
desk.
around. Yeah, true. But in general, I rate it highly. I would use it. It's funny how I've gone back to the Ultra, and I'm thinking now it's actually the front screen is actually not too bad to be able to still type on it now. Like I don't know whether that conditioned me or something, but I'm finding I'm actually really enjoying going back to the bigger screen, the bigger Fold. Yeah, so that's just me.
Imagine they could get those cameras just embedded in the thing.
Yeah,
I know there's a lot.
No bump in it.
I know there's a lot to take out.
How do you do that? It's so thin,
mate. Take out some batteries.
Yeah, then you got no battery life at all.
You get plenty of battery life.
That's thin. It is fairly thin as well. That's no thicker than a regular phone.
No, not at all.
Yeah, and this the Fold 8 Ultra
we're past
is actually
the point.
thinner than that.
We're past the point of folds being problematic for their weight.
Yeah.
At all.
Can't wait for him to bring back the trifold. Come on, Samsung. Come on.
He's desperate, Stephen Fennick.
Come on.
Look, great phone. Pricey, $2,700.
Yeah, she's not cheap, but I think the entry-level memory is $256, if from memory. Is that right? And then because you remember that last year's entry-level price this is higher entry level. Well, not that there was one last year, but you're now getting the second level of memory as standard rather than the first level of memory.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to compare apples with apples.
Yeah, because it's a Samsung for a start. But anyway,
yeah. The Ultra is the same price as the first Fold.
Yeah.
So we haven't actually gone up too much. It's just that we went down over the years and have gone back up.
Yeah. But again, mate, all eyes are on what Apple do now. How do they respond?
Mate, they'll respond with an iPhone Ultra. It's really that simple, won't it?
Is that the name you think, correct?
I mean, according to Mark Gurman, that is the only name they call it inside Apple.
Doyen of
That's
Apple
all
rooms,
they
isn't he?
call it.
Yeah,
but,
right.
You know, it may be that that's a project name.
Yeah.
I just don't know what else they call it, mate.
Yeah, I reckon where Apple's going to surprise and delight people is how the Fold works, and they'll have some quirky feature that is everyone's going to go, whoa, that's amazing.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it compares. I still think it's going to be very expensive. The Apple Foldable will be very expensive. My pick was at least 3.5.
I'm under 3.5. We're just playing the line.
If it's under 3.5, that's an achievement. If they get it under 3.5, because don't forget the Pro and the Pro Max, they're going to be more expensive to begin with.
Yes.
And so the Ultra's got to be, I believe, probably ahead of them in terms of pricing and positioning. This is the new deluxe. You're getting a tablet and a phone. You're getting an iPad mini and a phone in one.
I think there'd be people who work in the frontline sales of Apple that would say, guys, that's fine, but remember the rest of the market is way below us.
Well,
so that's why I think 3,500 is exorbitant.
I'm thinking it could be even be more.
If we hadn't had the chip shortage, I'd be at $29.99.
Yeah, well, that'd
but
be
for that reason.
That'd be remarkable.
I think it could be $31.49.
If it's anything under 35, I'll say well done. Well done if they can get it under that.
Yeah, mate. The people that are buying iPhone Pro Maxes are not buying them outright.
No, of course not.
Buying on a contract.
That's right. Exactly right. That's why they can afford it if
frankly,
it's more expensive.
it doesn't matter what they charge for it.
Yeah.
It will just sell.
It does. It does matter because I don't think like you remember with the Samsung, their pre-sale, they had all the telcos had massive discounts. And are they allowed to do that with iPhones to do the same thing?
They're allowed.
Will Apple let them take $800 off the price?
No, they'll do trade-in deals instead.
Yeah, so it's going to be different. And because the Samsungs are on record, their prices are out there, that's going to Apple might be rethinking where they stand.
Well, we're essentially 4 weeks away.
Yep, there you go.
If the rumours are to be true, we're less than a month away.
Wow. Okay.
Thursday, what are we saying? Thursday 11th here? Is that the date?
Sydney time, yeah. So you believe it'll be Wednesday the 10th?
I personally would have backed Tuesday, but all the conversation in America is, there's a public holiday in America on the Monday, and we can't make people do a thing on the day after. Why not? You're at work. Something to do with travel. I think the rumours are that it's all about how they don't want to have to make journos fly on a public holiday.
But also, too, there's rumours that they reckon they've put a lottery out to Apple Store staff to volunteer to apply to be part of the launch day. So they'll be on hand, as they normally do. You normally see the people in the different coloured shirts coming from across the country, the Apple staff. Yep. They'll no doubt offer that again as well.
I'm sure they will. All right, well, we'll find out in a month. But our full reviews of the Samsung Galaxy Fold8 at techguide.com.au and EFTM.com.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.
Well, Amazon has announced yet again another delivery feature, Prime Day. They had sort of same day Prime delivery as before, but now you can choose from, is it 3 windows now? So point is, you can get Amazon delivered if you live in Sydney or Melbourne with an order over $49 of qualifying eligible products.
Yep.
To your door in as little as 5 hours.
So there's 1 million products in Sydney. There's 500,000 products in Melbourne. We're basically talking about things here that are in there properly automated, easy to use fulfillment centres. And obviously that $49 limit essentially just is a price issue. They need to make this is costing them money. But if you order before 10 p.m, you can get it delivered between 4 and 8 a.m.
Yep.
If you order by 8 a.m, you can get it by 2 to 6 p.m. that day. And if you order before midday, you can get it between 5 and 10 p.m.
Well, I tested it out.
Yeah, nice.
I'm thinking, and I put my order in there. I scrubbed out certain details, but I bought 3 books. I placed the order at 12:26 p.m. Right?
That's after the midday window.
Correct. Delivered at 6:06 p.m.
Nice.
So what's that? 5.5 hours.
Yeah, right.
5.5 hours from midday to 6 p.m. And I don't live actually right near the fulfillment centre. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's cool. Sydney, Melbourne get those super fast deliveries, but there's plenty of places across Australia where you can get reasonably good deals. So Perth, Canberra, Geelong, New South Wales, Central Coast, Newcastle and Hunter all have order as late as 11 a.m. for same-day delivery by 10 p.m. That's
you
pretty
think
good.
about it, like everyone's saying, oh, why would you want something so fast? You think about it, imagine you've forgotten a birthday present or your anniversary or something.
Has happened in our house recently.
What am I going to get them? And, and knowing that there's something there that can get within 5 or 6 hours, that's a game changer. Lifesaver.
It's insane, basically.
Yeah.
Some of the ability. So I ordered some stuff this afternoon that'll be here tonight, and I'm like, okay. Well,
what'd you get?
But I didn't think about it. I'm testing a bunch of those vacuum seal bag things for trips because, I'm going to be away for like 5-6 weeks.
Okay.
So I'm like,
do the research.
How many shirts?
Is this for
can
the
I
whole
fit?
family or just for you?
Well, no. So I'm going to try it over the next few weeks, just see, because they're great. The idea of a vacuum sealing your clothes is brilliant. You can fit 5 times as much in, right?
Yep.
But the problem is when you're at your destination, you don't have a vacuum.
Yeah,
So you get these little things, right? And they're normally rubbish. The ones I bought a really high premium one, plus I bought a bunch of Amazon ones, and I bought one that was a US wall powered. Vacuum, little handheld thing. If one of them does a reasonable job, and the reasonable job to me is I've packed my clothes in a bag, I want no more than 5 minutes to suck the air out of this thing.
Yeah.
If we can do that.
Isn't it faster than that normally?
No, because it takes.
So it takes a while.
Like with a proper
so
vacuum,
all those
it
ads
takes
are all
minutes.
sped up, are they?
They're all sped up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Even with a normal, proper vacuum,
Really?
it takes minutes to properly suck the air out of
Thought
a
it
bag.
does it straight
Because
away.
when you suck the air out, it's like hard as rock. They're So I want something that's powerful,
Right.
super portable.
So you bought all of them in one
I
hit.
bought a bunch of different cheap ones, expensive ones and stuff, and I want to see which one will be good at it, because I keep saying to Amanda and the kids, it's 5 weeks or 4 weeks, they're going to be away. I'm away for 5 or 6.
Yep.
When I get to join them, I've done 2 weeks already, so I've either got to offload a bunch of stuff or do some washing.
Do some washing,
it's
mate.
just
Get to a laundry.
tough.
Get to a laundromat.
But see, a laundromat, that's 2 hours out of your day that we should be doing tours and things, touristy things.
Of course.
Do you know what I mean? So it's a balance.
Get the hotel to do it for you.
Yeah, have you paid? Have you seen how much they charge?
If you don't want it to impinge in your time, then that's what you pay.
I pay stupid money for stupid things. That's where I draw the line.
Okay.
Like, there is no justification. I only buy a minibar when it's someone else's card. Thanks, Optus.
I never touched my minibar. I wish I did.
You know what?
Now.
No, I'll give you a tip.
I wish I did now.
The minibar was on our credit card.
I never touched it.
It was only room service in the restaurant.
So you see, see, this genius goes, oh, no, I just leave and I don't check out. I checked out and they gave us room, our meals.
Yeah.
And they said, no worries, Mr. Fennick.
But what would have changed?
No, well, I didn't pay a cent.
Yeah, but I would have paid a cent because it was still my minibar.
Okay.
I had to pay.
So the minibar wasn't covered with their meals, right?
No. But I would have bought it anyway.
I never touched the minibar.
I needed a chocolate badly.
There was a couple in there.
My first day, we arrived late. There was nothing on. I'm like, oh no, I've got to smash something here.
I smashed room service that night. It was great.
Yeah, we went to a beautiful steak restaurant, mate. You missed out.
Yeah,
probably one of the best steak restaurants.
Well, that was the day I had other.
The Tipsy Cow in Perth.
We'll discuss in the private why. Remember, I had to get a lot of things signed, and that was the day everything had to be finalised.
We're going to discuss that as well. You're going to write that down?
Maybe, yeah.
I'll
remember.
Will you?
I remember. I already remember 2 things.
You can only remember 2 things at a time?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll get to the private feed. You'll hear that. If you're watching the YouTube video, the link is below for the private feed.
And one last thing on Amazon.
Okay,
the other announcement they made was a thing called Amazon Day, which is really smart because you can choose what day you want your stuff delivered. So say you want your day off's Tuesday and you think, all my orders I want them to come on Tuesday. You can nominate Tuesday as your delivery day.
I see absolutely no purpose to that.
Well, I know they leave it out the front, but people who maybe want to be there when the packages arrive, they might live in an apartment building or something. They want to be around. I
don't want to wait an extra minute. If it can get here now, get it here now.
Yeah, I want it now. You sound like Veruca Salt in Willy Wonka. The one, I want it now. The one who wants the golden goose and she goes down the hatch.
Okay.
The spoilt one.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, Veruca Salt. We've done it, mate, on the
How
movie
do you
show.
remember those names?
We've done it on the movie show.
I know we have, but I just don't remember it. 2 Blokes Talking Tech.
This is 2 Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.
All thanks to the good people at Netgear, netgear.com.au for all your Wi-Fi needs. If you've got great internet, I just got a message from someone who's a long-term listener. Where is it here? Adam Pooley sent me a DM, said I just did the NBN FTTP upgrade because my neighbour was doing it. I saw it and I did it. He's just sent me a screenshot. Used to get 82 down, now getting 495.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
baby.
All right.
No point doing an upgrade like that if you're not putting in great Wi-Fi to support it. A lot of people have got the modem that came from their internet provider or a modem they bought years ago.
Yep.
A good Wi-Fi system is what you need. And we say system because it's not just one box. It should be multiple boxes. A router and multiple satellites around your home will give you great Wi-Fi across your whole home. A dome of Wi-Fi is how we often describe it. Mm-hmm. The best speeds across your whole home for every device. So the TV in the back room should get great speeds, as does the Xbox in the front room. Doesn't matter where your NBN comes into your home, the Wi-Fi will cover the whole home with the Netgear Orbi system. So check them out now. You can find the details at netgear.com.au.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.
I was so nervous last night.
Why's that?
Well, 10 years ago, I was called in to do the Today Show. And
Was that the last census, or did we have one 5 years ago?
They're every 5 years.
Right. I remember that.
and
I was in America when that happened.
It crashed so bad. And I thought to myself last night as I sat down, we had a family meeting about Disney World, and then I said, stop, we've got to sit here and we're going to do the census. Vivi was at netball and Jackson was in bed, and I called him down. And anyway, so I got the kind of piece of paper and I set up the login and everything, and I started doing it. And I said to Amanda, if this crashes, great story, but I don't have time for it tomorrow. Like, I was just so nervous that because we've got a long day, I just didn't have time for our days to be ruined by a big story, right?
Yes.
Anyway, it went great.
Yeah.
No dramas.
It's good.
Tick. A tick.
Well, Joe did ours. Joe, she said, "Do you want me to?" I said, "Oh, okay, I was going to." I said, "Yeah, okay, you take it." And she then yelled out, "Hey, what's your sexual orientation?" And I went, "Do you need me to tell you, dear?" Hello. She was being funny.
Yeah, you think? Yeah, she's funny.
And
she's
she said,
funny.
"What's your religion?"
How many hours did she put down for you for housework?
2.
That's
2 hours a week.
That's over.
And she put herself down for 40.
How many? What were the 2 hours you did?
Dishwasher, hanging the washing out, putting the washing in, vacuuming my office, setting up the robot vacuum to clean the floors.
That's work.
That's 5 to 10 minutes.
I put down 72 hours of work and no housework.
I don't know how many hours of work she put down for me. It's a mystery, but she put me down for 2 hours of. Hopefully, she topped me up.
It was fun though because, and I'll be honest. This was well done. From a technical execution, it was well done. You were posted. I saw a great TikTok last night of a comedian on stage. I'm going to say his name's Blakey or something like that. Anyway, funny as hell because he goes, I'm sick of all these cookers and idiots on the internet going, I don't want the government to know where, I've just got a letter telling me to do the census. I don't want the government to know where I live. And the bloke goes, mate, they just sent you a letter.
They just sent you know where you live.
That's a great line. That's a great line.
Yeah.
I don't, the government
know where you live.
should know where I work. Yeah, the ATO does, but it's not about your overall employment. It's about where you were yesterday or today. It's about that day.
But what has
a snapshot in time.
Joe and I discussed this, and she was saying they asked about, are you a vapor or a smoker? They asked about, apparently that was a question.
Oh, I did the questions.
Anyway, well, that's what I think. I think that she said, I heard it someone said on the news that it was one of the questions. Anyway, she was saying, look, they did not ask about how many cars there are in the family.
Yeah, they did. It must be random. They asked us how many cars were registered to the family.
She reckons that wasn't in there.
I 100% answered 3 cars because I thought I'd better include the Mazda.
Okay, that's weird.
Wow.
Must be different for different areas.
If I can go back and have a look at it.
Yeah. But obviously the idea of this is to see where everyone is, what they're doing. Like I did, my mother's still in Malta,
right?
And I did check her mail every couple of days, so I got her one, did hers, and I was sort of answering on her behalf to say I'm not here, I'm overseas. And they said, okay, you don't need to answer any more questions.
Once you've submitted it,
you're off the hook.
Back.
No, you can't look.
But it was fun because I did mine and Amanda's, and then Jackson came down here because Amanda goes, don't do his. He wants to do it. And I went, okay, he's a big boy.
He wants to do what his own.
Like he wanted to answer his own questions. He wanted to, and I think because I was on the radio this week, someone asked me about the census, and I said something about, your kids don't really know what it is. And they go, there used to be a song or something in schools where you'd learn about it. And I'm like, I don't think there is anymore. No one cares, right?
Yeah.
But, Harry did his. He was way quicker than Jackson. And then I just said, I told the kids what the password was. We've got a password for our streaming services. Yeah. I said, I'm going to bed. When Victoria gets home, she can finish it. It's just the login is this. I gave her the letter and the password is our streaming password. Right. And I got an email in the morning, that had come overnight saying census complete. Yeah. So if my 15-year-old can log in and do it, great, well done, good system.
What about the fines? If you don't do it, they fine you, and then per day it takes you to do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, I don't think people understand how important this thing is. Yeah. We spent at SBS, when I was at SBS for the must be in the 2011 census. Anyway, we took a whole census and we rejigged, because it was in the radio division where we had 68 languages. Uh-huh. And our argument as a management team, the new white management team, was, because that's how they saw us, commercial radio management team, was all these languages have been split up like this, got this many hours, they've got this many hours. Not reflective of the current state of Australia. So we just went, what's the current census? And we rejigged the whole thing, which resulted in
according
100
to the
redundancies.
Census. Yeah,
it was crazy.
Really? Jeez.
Yeah, because why are we? Yeah. Why aren't we doing Tagalog, or why aren't we doing a bunch of other languages that now exist in Australia?
Yeah.
And why do the Vietnamese get so many hours when Arabic and Chinese are just as big as that in Australia now? So we realigned all that.
Okay.
That's a simple example of decisions that are made. Uh-huh. And cars. How many cars are in an area? Yeah, you can get that out of regos, but it doesn't tell you how many are in a place on a random night in August. So. Okay. Yeah, people that, and I did see Dr. Nick Coatsworth. Yeah. He was on Instagram going, I've always said no religion in the answer. I am going to fill in a religious answer tonight because I'm annoyed by Andrew Denton and others campaigning that everyone fills in no religion so that we don't make decisions in government about religion based on religion, right? But in the end, and I said this to Amanda, I said, what do you want to put down? And she gave me a religion to put down. She hadn't been to church since I've known her. But and neither have I, but I put down a religion because I was always, as a kid, we went to my nana was Presbyterian and we went to the I just put that down.
Yeah, right.
That's what if I was to stand in front of the Lord and he said, what's your religion? I say Presbyterian. Don't ask me any more questions, bro.
Presbo,
Don't ask me anything at all about what's in the book, bro.
How many apostles were there?
I haven't read it. 12.
12, correct.
Woo!
Name them.
No.
Matthew, Mark, Luke and John.
Some of them have fallen into the ocean on the Great Ocean Road. I'm sorry. They're different?
Yeah, they are different.
Anyway, it's a round of applause for the ABS. We've successfully
fair enough.
had a census.
Yeah, it was a big one. So when's the next one? Will be in 2031.
Yeah.
Wow. Geez, we'll both be old then.
Oh, I'll be 54.
Wow. I'll be... What year is it? I'll be 63.
Ooh.
In 6 years. 5 years.
Will you be retired?
Hope so. Yeah. Who knows? How many years we got left in this podcast? It's another 4 after
we're
this?
We're in our
we
16.
Promised 28. We promised 20.
We're in our 16. So 17, 18, 19, 20. So there's another 4.5.
So maybe just before the census, we might be pulling the pin.
We'll come up to the census and there'll be no more.
We'll have to work it out.
What do you put down as your occupation in the census?
Journalist.
I put broadcaster because I don't like the term journalist.
I'm a journalist, mate.
No,
I'm
not.
a trained journalist.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not trained anything.
Trained as a cadet.
I should have written trained monkey.
Jedi Knight, I might have put. I was tempted to put funny. Jedi Knight.
Was that a religion you could put down?
No, not anymore. Wasn't it not last one?
Isn't
the one
there
before?
Well, you didn't do it, so you wouldn't know.
Jedi was. Everyone was putting down other and said Jedi. Yeah. As a joke.
But the favourite one is the housework one because, mate, Amanda's in the kitchen. I can hear her doing the dishes or something and Jackson's doing his thing. Yeah. And I go, oh, housework, Jacko. And Amanda from the other room goes, don't you even dare. Because he doesn't lift a finger.
Really?
No.
I suppose he earns money, He doesn't need any pocket money.
He's full-time now.
He does,
I don't think he's signed it yet, but he's got a contract with the big
there
network.
You go.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, weird. He's got a job.
Mate, he'll be taking over the tech segments on the Today Show before you know it.
No, he won't. No, he's not qualified to do that. He's qualified to edit the videos of them.
That's good. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right, Stephen. Well, happy census. And
yes,
here endeth the Two Blokes Talking Tech podcast, I think. We've given our guts for the show.
Have we ever?
We've got some
taken you over an hour.
We've got some
we've taken you over an hour.
We've got lots in the feed. We had 7 days. You will get a break this weekend.
Yeah.
There is no
this Sunday, first break in 2 weeks you'll get.
Yeah, that's huge. We appreciate everyone for watching and listening to that. Actually, I'll be honest, I found it fascinating that the YouTube numbers were higher than normal.
Talking about the Optus show.
Yeah.
Yep.
And look, because I accept that it's very clearly a sponsored podcast.
Yes.
But I genuinely meant what I meant earlier, which is we could do 1 million sponsored podcasts a week, but we don't.
Really? 1 million a week?
Not a week. You know what I'm saying.
I've told you 1 million times, don't exaggerate.
Don't exaggerate. But I do think it's important that the shows are of note and worthy of our audience. So I hope that people realise that we're not doing them just
Other
for the cash.
companies might be thinking, hey, why don't we do that?
Okay, stop selling. I'm talking to the audience, not the sales teams, okay?
Always be selling, always be contenting.
ABC is my motto, always be contenting. But we respect the audience, so we want you to know that when we put those out, we hope that they actually
clearly
are
labelled.
good content
Clearly
for you. But we also want them to be good content.
Of course. We wouldn't do it if they weren't going to be good.
Well, I think others do. That's what I'm saying. Other people make content just because there's
Just
a
for
check.
the sake of it,
The number of influencers I follow that I go, mate, come on. You don't really enjoy that thing.
We're not selling.
You only went to that event because you got a check.
Exactly right.
What are we doing here?
Exactly right. Speaking of which, does Apple pay their influencers when they take them to events? How do you know?
I don't. No, because they never they never put sponsor or
Would
ad.
you be offended if that was the case, that they're paying them to attend and you're just there?
There's not for a second that I've seen any indication that they are.
You don't think?
Not for a second.
Yeah, I think they're the kind of company that got enough sort of pull and prestige for them to say, sure.
I've looked at enough of the content that comes from people there to know there's no disclosure. And these are, with respect, professional influencers who very clearly disclose things with hashtags. So, it's a no from me. This week on the movie show is The Dish.
The Dish, yes.
Starring the late Sam Neill.
In tribute to our man here, late Sam Neill, The Dish is one of his really great movies, surprisingly good movie.
Such a good movie, we did it twice.
There you go, yes. What Trevor's referring, can I say?
Yeah.
What Trevor's referring to is that we actually recorded The Dish on the Gold Coast, didn't we, on the Mercedes trip?
Yep.
We had
we were being super efficient with our time.
Between the drive and the dinner, we said, let's record the podcast, and we went up and did it, and then Trevor sends me a WhatsApp saying, I can't find the file.
We did 3 shows that day, 2 of them fine.
Don't you get out of that room till you find that file, and you couldn't find it.
I paid $400 for software to scan an SD card and still didn't find it.
You get your money back?
No.
Oh, my God. But anyway.
The other thing about that is, if I lose a file again in the future, I'll forget what the name of that software was, and I'll just buy another one. Like that's how ridiculous.
That's how well Trev's going.
Yeah, that's how stupid I am.
But we end up having to record it again in Perth. Yeah. So we did two movies in Perth, but The Dish is the latest one coming out this week.
And I just want to say we've talked about how we're recording in advance as much as we can because I'm going away, and I appreciate Stephen's extra effort we're going to make that happen. We are long advanced in the electric car show. If you're not a fan of the Two Blokes Talking Electric Cars, we've got some cool stuff coming.
Some nice innovations in the show.
We're stepping up production, shall we say?
Absolutely.
Stepping up production.
No other podcast would have that kind of use of our content.
Yeah,
our ideas for the content and how we present it, I think is
I'm
we've gone to another level.
I'm very comfortable that I've still not come across another talkback
like this is
show like
sort
ours.
of TV,
but what we're doing with the talkback,
TV broadcast quality and level of technology used.
Yes,
like it's
shout out to Howie, who does not listen to these podcasts, but one of the moderators will let him know, he helped me with understanding how to make it work here in the studio. I took my idea and I went, this is what I want to do. Can I do it? And because he initially set me up with the software that does the screens and things.
So that guy who set you up with the software here is when you're one of your moderators.
Yeah.
Doesn't work at Channel 9.
No.
Oh, I thought the guy works at Channel 9.
He's an events guy.
Oh.
He does big events, lighting and stuff. So you imagine you just think the simplest event like a ballroom with a stage.
Yeah.
But it's such a wide
screens.
Boardroom. There's screens everywhere.
Yeah, right.
So he can do the lighting and the screens for all that and stuff. And so he told me about the software and.
So it was software and hardware you had to purchase?
Yes.
Or?
Yeah, well, it's the same software that we're using for the screens, just another implementation of it, and then a bit of hardware that allows us to do the thing we're not alluding to, but we're doing in the coming weeks. And to be honest, super proud of it. I think it's come up really well. Plus, that's not just the studio idea. There's other things coming to the evening show, which Stephen came up with while we were away.
That's right.
And I'm confident that by October, we're going to have a super slick show that we're going to take.
Yep.
We're going to do good things with.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm really proud of how much. I'll be egotistical. I'm really proud of how much effort we put into these shows. You know?
Absolutely.
I've watched
absolutely.
clips of a lot of podcasts and how they're just people on Zoom, and it's like, guys, get in a room.
Yeah. I agree.
So yeah,
That's
super
us.
cool things coming.
Well, I'll wait. I'll reserve that comment about what I said about not having to come here anymore. I'll phone it in, mate. I could. It'll be decent quality too.
It'll be all right. All right, Two Blokes Talking Tech. Thanks, mate.
See you later.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.